On the 21st of October, Port Alfred caught its first glimpse of the sun after 2 weeks of heavy and persistent downpours. The resulting flood devastated people's lives and their homes. 400 millimeters of rain fell in less than a week, and it is the most rain the area has experienced since 1986. The National Seas Rescue Institute, a volunteer-based organization that is familiar with saving people at sea, found themselves out of place, rescuing people inland.
The first call we got was at 2 a.m. on Thursday morning, where we had to go and rescue a lady out of the caravan park. Got dressed for an average rainy evening, didn't really suspect much. When I got there, my first foot was already ankle deep in water. Sort of walking close to the house and realized how underdressed I was when the water was shoulder height in depth.
As people begin to pick up the pieces of their lives and start again, it becomes clear that the financially empowered are likely to be the only ones making a full recovery. A suburban area in Port Alfred was able to make some immediate advancements in the recovery process. Freshwater Bridge was the sole linking road between Southdowns and town. This meant that Southdowns area was cut off completely when the bridge was washed away.
That was quite an incredible experience, seeing the whole community pull together to actually sort out a problem like that. I mean, there were maybe 1,000 plus people trapped on that end of Port Alfred in that suburb.
We had very heavy rain on Saturday morning, and so much so that I didn't even want to go out to town. And in the afternoon, my neighbours said that we were cut off, and I couldn't believe it. So I came down for a walk to have a look at 4:30, and the road had broken away completely. And where before there was a little stream in the green belt of about a foot wide, it was now a raging river wider than a road. On Sunday morning, a whole lot of people who live up here came down, and some people had brought along some huge poles, like telephone poles, put them across the cavity, which was now about 6 meters wide and about 10 meters deep, and then proceeded to put some boards across. And then a little bit later, some local private people came with their equipment.
We had a digger trucked in from Alexandria. The local hiring companies just pitched there with their tipping lorries, and they were just bringing sand load after load after load. And there was about 100 people just filling sandbags going down into the hole, and yeah, like I said, amazing, built a bridge in a day.
However, for those without forklifts and bulldozers at their disposal, the recovery process is different and inevitably a much longer one. People who have lost their homes in the Ngamato area have been given temporary shelter at the Ingubo Community Hall. Local businesses have been providing the hall with food every evening, but these businesses have growing concern over the dependency this may create. Many of the people currently housed at Ingubo are receiving more food than they were prior to the floods.
Iphelile amanzi la ngoku phaa kulaa ndawo ibheyidi amanzi amporo kangaka ebheyidi.
Sigqithile ku-1,000 abantu abangenayo indawo yohlala apha ecawa. Ke siyacela ke kwabaphathiswa nakumasipala walapha ePort Alfred makasibonelele. Asithi makasakhele izindlu ngoba iyothatha ixesha elide loo nto. Makasibonelele nangeetente ngoba asikwazi uhamba kule ndawo sikuyo sibuyele ezindlini singenandawo yokuhlala.
Indlu yam imoshakelezele yamanzi, qoboza umthombo phansi, idilikile, ngasemva iwili ibandlula idrama elinamanzi. Ndihlala nabantulwane abayi-6. Eza namhla qonda kali idonga lawa asikwazi ulala endlu zinamanzi. Ndicela uba masifunele itentana sofaka intloko sihlale nabantwana. Ndicela loo nto.
In the wake of destruction left by the floods, it would seem that a full recovery will only be made by the privileged. For the rest, it's a waiting game.